In less than 2 seconds, Wang Yibo shocked an entire arena. No smile, no wave, no words. He accepted his award, then walked straight off the stage. And behind that silence, one name echoed loudly: Xiao Zhan. The lights were still blazing. Applause was still rising. And yet, something felt wrong. Wang Yibo stepped onto the Weibo Night stage with his usual calm precision. His posture was controlled, his expression unreadable. The trophy was placed into his hands, a moment most artists savor, stretch, and celebrate. But Wang Yibo didn't linger. He bowed briefly, turned, and left. Not slowly, not hesitantly, but decisively, almost urgently. In an industry where every second of screen time is currency, this was not normal. It was a rupture. Cameras scrambled. The audience hesitated. Commentators stumbled over their words. Because what they had just witnessed was not impatience. It was intention. Within moments, clips of his exit flooded social media. Fans replayed the footage again and again, searching for clues in his body language. And one question dominated every comment section. Why would Wang Yibo leave like that? At the peak of his moment, the answer, many believed, was not on the stage, but backstage. Weibo Night is not just an award show. It is a carefully designed map of power. Every seat matters. Every row signals hierarchy. Every camera angle is deliberate. That night, as the red carpet dazzled and celebrities settled into their places, one absence stood out with painful clarity. Xiao Zhan was not seated in the main audience. No official chair, no nameplate, no visible placement among his peers. Instead, reports and visuals showed him standing backstage, waiting for his name, waiting for direction, waiting in a space where stars of his stature are almost never placed. For fans, this detail hit hard. Xiao Zhan is not a marginal figure. He is one of the most commercially powerful, globally recognized artists of his generation. His presence alone drives ratings, traffic, and international attention. So why was he left without a seat? In events like this, mistakes are rare. Seating charts are finalized, revised, and rehearsed repeatedly. To remove or fail to assign a seat is not a small oversight. It is a statement. And fans noticed immediately. Screenshots circulated. Eyewitness accounts spread. Anger began to simmer. What was initially confusion quickly transformed into a deeper suspicion. Was this disrespect intentional? While the controversy quietly ignited online, something even more striking was happening away from the spotlight. Wang Yibo did not return to the audience seats. He did not take part in the usual backstage interactions. There were no casual smiles, no light conversations, no visible presence meant for cameras. He stayed out of sight. In an industry where visibility equals relevance, choosing to disappear is never accidental. It is a decision, a boundary. Those who know Wang Yibo's public image understand how rare this behavior was. He is known for discipline, professionalism, and emotional restraint. He does not create scenes. He does not weaponize words. And that is exactly why his silence felt so heavy. When his name was finally announced, he appeared only briefly, just long enough to accept the award. No extended pause, no celebratory gesture, no acknowledgement beyond a respectful bow. Then he turned and left. That moment reframed everything. Fans began to see his behavior not as indifference, but alignment. Not as arrogance, but principle. In a system where speaking out can carry consequences, silence becomes a shield, and sometimes a signal. A way of saying this line should not have been crossed without igniting public confrontation. By choosing silence, Wang Yibo protected more than his own image. He preserved dignity, his and perhaps someone else's. And for many watching, that quiet decision felt louder than any speech ever could. The internet did not remain silent. Within minutes, Wang Yibo's exit was replayed across platforms. Slow-motion clips, zoomed-in frames, side-by-side comparisons with previous award nights. Fans analyzed every step, every turn, every second he spent on stage. At the same time, attention returned to Xiao Zhan. Questions multiplied rapidly. Why was there no seat? Why was he waiting backstage? Why did such a basic arrangement fail at an event of this scale? For many fans, this was not an isolated incident. It reopened old wounds, moments when artists were celebrated publicly but sidelined quietly. Anger grew, but so did reflection. Commentators began discussing the unspoken hierarchies of entertainment events. How seating, camera placement, and timing can subtly define value. How respect is often communicated not through words, but through logistics. What stood out most was a contrast. One artist stood waiting, unseen by the audience. Another accepted recognition and chose to leave rather than blend into silence. Together, those two images told a story far more powerful than any headline. This was no longer about fandom loyalty. It became a conversation about systems, pressure, and the cost of staying dignified in an unforgiving spotlight. As the ceremony concluded, the trophies were packed away, but the emotional residue remained. Wang Yibo's departure did not fade with the applause. It echoed, not because it was dramatic, but because it was restrained. Not because it was loud, but because it refused to explain itself. In a culture where artists are expected to smile through discomfort, that refusal felt radical. Xiao Zhan's quiet presence backstage became equally symbolic, not of weakness, but of the invisible pressures artists endure behind polished performances. Together, these moments revealed something rarely acknowledged, that beneath glamour lies negotiation. Beneath celebration lies control, and beneath silence, there is often resistance. This night reminded audiences why they connect so deeply to these artists. Not just for talent, but for humanity. Because sometimes the most powerful stance is not confrontation. It is composure. And sometimes the most unforgettable message is not spoken aloud. It is carried in the decision to walk away. As fans continue to reflect on that night, one question lingers softly, persistently. In an industry built on noise and spectacle, what happens when dignity chooses silence? And more importantly, who dares to listen when it does?